Well, just look at it this way. When we whack you, it's a really good thing.
I like it. So
you too. When we whack you, it's a really good thing.
I actually just had a great clarification from just what you were just talking about, because you said don't go looking for contrast, let law of attraction bring it to you, and it was great. That was an epiphany.
Because when law of attraction brings it, it tells you everything you need to know. It tells you where you're vibrating. It lets you know what your point of attraction is. It brings clarification about what you might like to be different. It brings it to you incrementally in a way that you can deal with it easily. It keeps life interesting and feeling adventurous while stable and predominantly well-being. It's what you want. It's what you wanted. Well, you like drama too, but
it feels like this step 4 thing you're talking about too, because I'm really hearing you say that, and people are talking about it around me. And if the contrast that comes to me is, when you say law of attraction brings it to me, it feels like it's my own. It's not someone else's contrast that I went and found.
Always, every time. But you make it your own. You make it your own. You see, it's time for a little bit of clarification here, because first of all, anywhere you go, even if you find yourself really looking for contrast, it's because that's bubbling within you with enough momentum that makes you go look.
Sure.
There isn't anything that happens to anyone that is outside law of attraction. But you, with a little bit of understanding about law of attraction, can manage your own frequency better to maximize the benefit that law of attraction offers to you, and to minimize the detriment that law of attraction can offer to you. In other words, controlling your frequency takes practice, but getting control of your vibrational output causes you to get control of your point of attraction, which causes you to create your own life deliberately. So yes, there are all kinds of things out there in the world. And so Esther has been wondering about this, because we've been talking recently about unconditional love, unconditional joy, unconditional prosperity, unconditional clarity, unconditional, which means you've started early in the morning with some general, easy to find, good feeling thoughts, and you focused upon them deliberately when the momentum was slow, and you tended to your vibration specifically and purposefully, so the momentum picked up, and now you're into your day an hour or 2 or 3, but it's still positive momentum, and the momentum is picking up. Well, as you are experiencing the natural consequence of being focused, and therefore law of attraction picking up, then we are talking about that being what we are wanting to call unconditional love. In other words, not looking out at what's being reported on the news channel, or not looking out at wonderful things that are happening, not looking outside of yourself to generate your vibration, but generating your vibration deliberately and purposefully. So you're following what we're talking about. So Esther was sitting the other day looking out at a beautiful view, looking for reasons right around her to appreciate, and there were a lot of them. Beautiful plants in the garden, a hummingbird coming right close to her again and again, a view of well-being, ocean surf, beautiful estuary, beautiful tile on the roof of the house in her view. Everywhere she looked, her list went on and on and on and on and on and on and on. She saw things that made her feel good to focus upon them. And then she said to us, Abraham, I've been understanding what you're getting at about unconditional love. We've been telling the story of Jerry and Esther and their early interaction with their publisher, who said, don't read what people write about your book on the internet. While the majority of it is positive and glowing, there are some who don't feel that way. And if what you want to see calls you there to look, you're going to see things that you don't want to see, so just don't go there. And so we were suggesting that it is a sort of conditional living if you are needing someone to be wonderful, and when you focus upon them, their wonderment makes you feel good. Just as when you focus upon someone who is behaving horribly and their horrible behavior makes you feel bad, that's a very conditional living that you don't need to be a part of. So now Esther is saying to us, but Abraham, that plant is beautiful and it is a sort of conditional love. And these gardens are beautiful, and aren't I using the condition of those beautiful gardens? And we said, feel the difference between being aligned and source flowing through you and then looking, and looking in order to be aligned. Feel the difference. When you start from the inside out, when you find your balance, and you'll find it, and it will be so natural to you that in time you won't even have to think about it, because it will just be who you are. You're so in tune with who you are that you will be predominantly seeing the world through the eyes of source. But in the meantime, it takes a little practice to get into that vibration. And when you do, when it kicks in, and it will, and it will, and it will, and it will, you're going to feel the incremental improvement in your average vibrational point of attraction. You're going to feel it if you get up in the morning with a keen awareness that you're starting anew, that while you slept your vibration ceased, that your point of attraction was not attracting to you while you were unconscious in your body. And when you awaken, you have options of now turning your attention to the vibration of your source and start in that place and focus there and allow. You see, source will get hold of your vibration. Better way of saying it is, source is aware of your vibration. And when you tune with no resistance, source pours through you in a powerful way. And source adds to. We have not said this to you before. Source, therefore, is part of your point of attraction. When you tune to the attraction that is the source within you. Are you following? That's why the well-being dominates. You can pinch yourself off. You can find things that upset you. You can disallow yourself, and you can be objectively justified in doing so, because there's stuff out there that you don't want to happen, that you wish wouldn't happen, that you think shouldn't have happened. We understand how you feel about all of that. We're just saying to you that when you care about the way you feel, and you start early enough in the day, and you get hold of that, and you let law of attraction respond to who you are enough that now who you are is that full-blown total self version of yourself, tuned in, tapped in, turned on, your point of attraction including the whole of who you are. Then when you come together in your conversations, they are joyful, life-giving, uplifting, advantageous to you and everyone involved conversations. Can you feel the difference? Yeah. So maybe it's accurate to say that there really is no one who can live unconditionally, nor would you want to, because rampages of appreciation feel really good. We're just saying, don't attempt a rampage of appreciation from your place of depression, because when you are efforting at it, you're activating the end of the stick that you don't mean to activate, because every subject is two subjects, isn't it? What is wanted on one end and the absence of what is wanted on the other. So if you're trying too hard, which is what sometimes happens when you get up, sort of stumble into your day, don't pay attention to getting it started from the inside out. Begin observing things, check your email, watch the news feed, see what's happening, have conversations with people about it, get yourself all activated about that, and then you say, oh, I don't feel so good. I think I'll do a rampage of appreciation. No, you won't. No, you won't. The momentum's got you going that way. You're not suddenly going to go that way, you see. That helps, doesn't it? Yeah.
You brought back to what I wanted to sort of talk about, which is the efforting thing for me has been to try to clean things up. And then with your whole idea of step 4, you're saying start in this wonderful place that you generate from within. Let law of attraction bring the contrast to me. I don't have to go looking for it. Oh, I'm going to clean this thing up today. And it just, you can flip it.
When you start there, your exposure to life in combination with your determination to feel good helps you work all of the resistance out of everything. And remember, this is an important thing to remember. You're looking for the path of least resistance. And what do we mean by that? You're looking for the path of alignment with who you really are. You're looking for the path of alignment with who you really are, and this path of manifestation of all things wanted by you in combination with who you are. You don't ever need to worry about getting tuned in with source and not being of value to the world. You can't not be of value when you're tuned into source, because source is tuned in to being of value to the world. So when you decide that you're going to tend to that relationship first, and you come into vibrational alignment with who you are first and foremost, then as life unfolds for you, it just gets better and better, more detailed, more momentum, more fun, more reason to focus, more adventure, more exhilaration, more satisfaction. In other words, the more you focus, the more satisfaction you feel in accomplishing your focus. Isn't that true about everything? We're just wanting you to give yourselves the greatest advantage. And we also want you to remember that law of attraction is active at all times, and that this current moment in time when you are emitting your signal is dominant. Someone said the other day, a sweet woman, she was in the hot seat while we were in Sedona and talking about some things, and then later, because she was talking about some things that had happened to her that were unpleasant to her, several people who were part of the group came to her on the segment of refreshment to console her or to give her advice, which she found annoying. And then she raised her hand again, and we knew why, so we called her forward again on the second day. And she said, I just want to set the record straight. And we want to say to all of you, in your current and powerful now, where your point of attraction only ever is, you're always setting the record straight. You're always setting it straight from where you are right now. But your need, your erroneous, we love you so much, misguided need to go back and explain yourself just introduces unnecessary resistance. And so the picture that we would like you to have is that there is this path of least resistance, and you and the source within you are upon it, and you're moving blissfully and joyfully and at whatever pace is most pleasing to you right now in this moment toward all things wanted. And you are the only one who can ever throw resistance on your trail, on your path. You're the only one who ever puts resistance in your way. When Esther heard us say that, she began teasing to herself in a loving way. We were pleased that she wasn't beating up on herself as she has done sometimes. And she would say things to herself, well, that was unpleasant and unnecessary. That was unpleasant and unnecessary. I'm just making stuff up. I'm just making stuff up and putting it in my way. I'm just scouring the world looking for stuff that I wouldn't like if it happened to me, and I'm owning it for myself, throwing it in my own trail and worrying. And we say, don't throw that stuff in your path. It's a path of least resistance. Choose it, tend it, love it, enjoy it, watch it unfold, and let this path of least resistance be the nurturer that it is, you say. Well, there isn't anything that we could ever say to you that would ever be of any more value to you. So this is now the end of the seminar. If you got that, and you did, didn't you?
Yep.
Didn't you get that? You got that.
Yep.
You get that?
I got it.
You're good?
I'm good.
You're good. You are good. You are good.
Thank you.